What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have a new type of video, one that I want to start doing on a regular basis whenever there's new stuff, and that would be a Digimon TCG rules and errata update. I want to start doing videos where we talk about the new erratas and maybe some of the rules when new sets come out, just to kind of get a good idea of changes that are coming up to the game and learn about new mechanics and other things and the questions that surround them. Now, the Digimon TCG has a wonderful rules and errata page. They go through here on their website, and you can see rules, manuals, errata restricted cards, card text, information, announcements, Q&A. Q&A is amazing because it just kind of goes over the basic questions that people might ask. And of course, they don't cover everything because it's kind of hard. There's so many different questions you could, but they do cover a lot of great stuff, and a lot of other games I find don't do that or make the information readily available like this. So I do really love this section here. So we're going to get into it here. We're going to talk about, there was a new errata posted, I believe just about a week ago. We'll look at the date, and I didn't know about it. So we're going to talk about that. And hopefully this will be an informative video series that you guys will enjoy. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Without further ado, let's get in, and we'll start with the errata section here. So we have, this was on the 9th, so just literally Friday here. They updated a couple cards. It looks like, yeah. So they've updated Opossumon from BT12. So here you see the before and the after text. So you on play when Digivolve and reveal the top 3 cards, then you may play one of this person, or Ryoma. So all they've done here is they've changed the name because sometimes they spell the names wrong. I know, like, that has to do with Kiriha. It's Christopher, or in some cards, but he's Kiriha. So you got to watch out for that. Sometimes they put the names wrong. I know with, what's her name? The green girl from Ghost Game. We can go down there and we can look at it here. So yeah, that's just a name change. And looks like this too. It's funny that they changed that so late. Like, it's BT12, we're at BT15 now, and they're just changing the Ryuma to Ryoma in those cards. So nothing big there. Those were the changes. We did have a change on the 19th, which I didn't know about. I totally missed that one, which was BT9 Drachmon. So we'll talk about that one. He's on play. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, trash one of them, and then add 1 card with undead or dark animal and its traits among them to your hand. Place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Okay, this is where the change goes. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with the undead or the dark animal. So first you got to do that in one of its traits to the hand and trash 1 such card. So before, it was allowing you to trash things that weren't dark animals, undead, stuff like that. It was allowing you to trash, like, you could trash an EG off of this. You can't do that anymore because EG might have the SOC trait, but he's not a dark animal or an undead. So you can't trash your EG tamer with this card anymore, but you could before, which was really good. So they've kind of limited this. It made this card a little bit less broken in there. And then he's got, when attacking, when you Digivolve into a Digimon with undead or traits, when attacking this Digimon, may Digivolve into a Digimon with undead or dark animal traits from your trash for a Digivolution cost, which is really good. That's still a really great card, but they're just limiting the brokenness about it to set up your plays just too easily. Like I said, being able to dump that EG, add like a Lugamon to your hand, and then put whatever other card you have on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, no, it does make sense, and I think that is a decent errata. I think that definitely makes this. It's still a really great card, but it's just less busted now. So I do agree with that. Of course, we did have some Akakumon got changed a little bit because they wanted to. A lot of the cards wanted with fewer, had to have one of your opponent's Digimon fewer Digi-Evolution cards. But they wanted to change that with as many or fewer. In a lot of the cases, they did the same thing with Plesiomon, which with as many or more. They did the same thing with, wave of reliability. Bukamon, he got changed with as many or more. So basically that way, if you tie your opponent, you can't use the ability, which is fair. Really, it really is more fair in that sense of the thing. Yeah, we've had other erratas here, and some of them are, like I said, just name stuff. We've had tons of errata. I've talked about some of these erratas from time to time, not a huge amount of them, but it is good to check these on a regular basis just to see if you remember them, because it's hard when you don't have the card that has the actual text on it, and they don't here, we're going to send you out errata cards, just prove you have these cards and we'll send you out like the errata versions. And half the time, if they do in a reprint pack, they're not even foil, so it's like, why wouldn't I play these and want to play your stupid non-foil reprints because you guys screwed up when you printed the cards. So that's one of the things. I wanted to find if Ruli, it was Ruli and Ruri, and they changed that a long time ago, I think. Yeah, I think it's gonna be way further down here. Bossamon, probably getting closer. So sometimes they screw up on names in the translation, and when they don't screw up, it makes things confusing. So it's like if they screwed up all the time, then it would be the same. So Ruli here it was Ruri to start off, but it's Ruli Sukinoya. So, and same with in the text for Angoramon. So that's something you gotta watch out for. So that's the errata page. So I would recommend checking it out. There's a lot of cool erratas there. Some of them make cards better. EX3, I want to say. Growlmon is better because of the errata. Because before it was, I think, on deletion, and now it's when digivolving. So you get that ability when you digivolve, making him a lot better. So some erratas make cards better, and some of them make them less busted, like with this guy right here. But they're really important to the game, really important to know. So I would always go and check these out, and we will continue to look at future erratas as they come out. I think, did we get any? We didn't get any like new erratas for BT15 yet, but I mean, we did get like BT14 got a lot. Like that was back on the 22nd. So that was a month after BT15. They errated like 4 cards from that set. So that's interesting. But yeah, and then we're also going to look at the rules thing. So the Q&A, we're not going to go too deep into it because I don't want to take too much time in this first segment of this discussion. So you got the Q&A, which gives you like Q&A for each booster, and you can go and you can even save these so you can look at them from time to time. And they say, Modimon, when I have 2 Digimon with this card in their Digivolution cards, can I use this card's inherited effect to attack using these 2 Digimon at the end of the turn? No, you can't. At the end of your turn, the inherited effects on these cards activate. The activation order is decided, and then the attack occurs for the first Digimon with this card. After the activation effects triggered upon attack declaration, such as when attacking effects and one of your Digimon attack effects, but before the counter timing, the next activation would occur for the other inherited effect that was pending activation. Because the first Digimon is still attacking, you can't make a new attack declaration, and the second Digimon effect activation fails. So basically saying Motimon, it lets you attack with that Digimon at the end of your turn. But you can't do that with multiple Digimon. You can only do that with one Motimon, because the first attack would activate and start a chain of effects, and the other effect would be in that chain of effects, but wouldn't be able to resolve because it would resolve that end of turn, right? Because the attack has to resolve all the way to end of turn, and then at that point it's end of turn, and the other activation just fizzles because you can't go back to end of turn. It's a end of turn is a progressive thing unless you gain memory. Like if you gain memory, go back to 0 and then spend a memory, then you can activate the other Motimon, because at that point you haven't activated the second one, right? But you can't activate both at the end of the same end of turn. So again, like I said, if you gain memory off the attack, great. You can go back and potentially do that again, and that's one way to do things like that, is have abilities that when you attack or destroy an opposed Digimon by battle, or one of the things that those decks does, have a card that gains you memory, because that would be cool. Because doing 2 end of attacks would be pretty cool. Yeah, so it's things like that. Let's see what else they have in here. We'll just pick some things and show that what they do. So Wear Groomon Ace. I use this card's on play when digivolving effect to draw one. Then I had 5 or more cards in your hand and trash 1 card in my hand. The number of cards in my hand was the same before and after this effect activated. So does this card's all turns effect activate? Yes, it does. Of course, I'd have to put the card in front of me to check that out, which I should have. Here, we can do that easy. We can do that easy enough because we can go to card list for BT15 and then go down to our boy. So his all turns here, which is if you have draw 1, then if you have 5 or more cards in your hand, trash 1 card in your hand. All turns when one of your Digimon effects adds cards to your hands, one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can't suspend until the end of your turn. So you still add cards to your hand, and then even though you're by the effect, draw 1. Then if you have 5 or more cards in your hand, trash 1 card in your hand. So we go back to the errata or the ruling here. Then I had 5. Then I had 5 more cards in my hand and trash 1 card in my hand. The number of cards in my hand was the same before and after the effect activated. So this card's all turns. Yeah. So that's pretty simple. Yeah, it would. Yeah. Can't suspend until the end of their turn. That's pretty simple. Some things like that. Some things are like really simple, but some things are really complicated. And it's just kind of nice getting a ruling on some of that stuff. Here, let's Mega Cabuterman is another ace. I love how they do it like twice. He's got 2. If this Digimon is unsuspended, multiple questions for the same card. If this Digimon is unsuspended and then it's suspended by an opponent's, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. That Digimon can't unsuspend during your opponent's next unsuspend phase effect. Are effects that prevent unsuspending during the unsuspend phase negated? And it's like, yes, it is no longer affected by your opponent's effects as soon as it's suspended. So now it can now unsuspend. So if we go back here, we'll take a look here. Green. So his ability here is hand counter blast. When drawing one of your opponents gets plus 3,000. Then if no, yeah. Then if one of their Digimon is attacking, you may switch the target to this Digimon. All turns while this Digimon is suspended, it isn't affected by the effects of your opponent's Digimon. So if we go back to here, yeah, if this Digimon is unsuspended, and then suspended by an opponent, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. That Digimon can't unsuspend during your opponent's next unsuspend phase. Yeah. So if, say, you have Quartzmon Guts hits the board, it suspends your Mega Cabuterimon Ace and goes, haha, you can't unsuspend. And Mega Cabuterimon's direct effect says, no, if I get suspended, I can. So it basically, this gets around Quartzmon. I love that. Of course, Quartzmon could just attack over your guy. Although that which kind of sucks, but especially since Quartzmon gets back so much memory every time it like spams the board. But it could say no. And it's your own effects too. So if you Quartzmon with a Mega Cabuterimon on the board, next turn both of them will unsuspend. So that's pretty awesome. Or no, is it opponent? It might just be your opponent's effects. Yeah. Okay. So you can't court. Yeah, it's your opponent's effects. Okay, my bad. But yeah, so that would be busted. All effects. But yeah, so there's a lot of cool Q&A things here. I'm not gonna go into some much more here. Lugarmon. Let's just see if there's anything in the Tamer section. Let's see what there's. Okay, well, Madashita. My Digimon's effect gave me draw 1 and trashed one card in the hand. The number of cards in my hand were the same before and after. So this card's your turn. Yeah. So again, it doesn't matter if you draw and then trash. You still drawed. If you still added cards to your hand, even if you have to trash another card, so you still get that effect. And I don't even really need to show you, Matt, but we'll go there. So reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Gabumon or Garurumon. I love how he's a searcher. That's amazing. A 3-cost searcher. Return the rest to the bottom of your deck. Your turn when one of your opponent's Digimon adds card by hand by suspense tamer, gain 1 memory. So memory gain. So yeah, the effect allows you to draw or add cards to your hand. I mean, technically, this activates his own effect because he adds a card to your hand. So you can literally play him for 2. He's reveal 3, search for 2 with Matashita. So yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. I really like these tamers. They're really good. But it's good stuff. So that's what we're doing with these type of videos. Tell me what you guys think. Is this something you guys think you would enjoy? Do you want to see more errata and rule things? We'll pick different things to go through. Like I said, I just wanted to do a couple here today. There's lots of good things, so definitely get in and read this BT15 rulings so you can know the rulings on a lot of cards that might be coming up in tournaments like the Ultimate Cup and Regionals, or just so that you can be more knowledgeable when at your locals. And all of these things will help you do better in the game and potentially win more games because you know what you're doing. But that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.